Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am working on my December daily album and we are working on story number 11. This story is going to be back on the back of page 10, which was our loving list. I will not be adhering this to the back of this list though today because Leland does still need to fill out his words and I don't want to create any issues with him being able to write clearly on the paper, if that makes sense. So that is going to be going on the back of here. I am documenting us going to look at Christmas lights. So this is a picture of a street that was somewhat lit up in our area. I used a Photoshop template from Paisley Press, and I will link it below. Essentially all I did was pull the photo into the template and then just kind of clip it so that it only covered the box that was for the portion of the picture. This "'Tis the Season" was included, and then there was a little text box down at the bottom for me to fill in. So that's basically what I did for this page. I needed it to be very simple so that I could film this video pretty quickly. But me being me, I could have just left it as is and put that in my album. However, I felt like it was a little bit too simple. So I was thinking, I had these extra vellum circles. I was thinking I might cut some more out from this sheet and have two vellum circles above and below. So another one right here and another one right here. And I'm thinking I might sew them down the middle to kind of just add a little bit of texture to the page. And then put my number 12 here. I'm going to do it on white. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking it will be white. And then, yeah. And that should be all I am going to be doing. So I'm going to be using my EK Tools 1 3/4 inch circle punch to punch out my next two circles. I really like these punches because they kind of clip shut when you're not using them, so they take up significantly less space in my area. And as we all know, space is important. Okay, so I might try to adhere very lightly down a little bit my circles here, just so that it doesn't create any weird issues. Okay, so I think I might like it like that. So let me just add a teeny tiny bit of adhesive because I know that we can generally see that through the vellum. But hopefully, since I will be stitching, it won't be super noticeable. And then I'm just going to trim off some of the excess here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go get this sewed and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. One of these days, I am going to take the blue thread out of my machine. I have had this blue thread in here since before I started December Daily. I think when I was doing October Daily, I had this blue thread in here too. All right. it. And then, like I said, I'm going to trim this down. And then I was kind of thinking that I would push these up a little bit. That way it did give it like a little bit of texture to the page. Or a little bit of like volume, I guess you could say. I'm sure they'll fall back down eventually a little bit. But I kind of liked the idea of having these circles just a little bit pushed up like this. And then now I just need to, I am going to be leaving some of the blue up a little bit just because I don't want it to be pulled out. And I don't know where my regular tape is at the moment, but when I find it, I'll probably just tape that down. I'm not sure if I want to put it in the top corner or the bottom corner. I think maybe the top corner. I almost put story 12 on here when this is story number 11, so that would have been fun. I would have had to reprint everything because the presentation matte paper does not like when you stick things down and try to pull them back up. All right, so story number 11. Like I said, I wanted to keep this one very simple. And I am going to pull out story 10 just so I can try and at least line up the holes. So I can line up the holes here that way. When I do adhere it down, it will be good to go. So let me go ahead and get this placed back in my album. I am kind of excited to have a little bit less crazy of a page. I mean, I did a really simple one here too, but this one feels extra simple. And that is going to be, I'll also have this trimmed down a little bit because it's hanging over, but I'm not going to trim this until I adhere it down, just in case I misline something up when I actually do go to adhere it down. So I'm just going to leave it as is and for now until it is time for it to actually be adhered down. So here we go. This is story number 11. I don't know if I actually explained what I'm documenting, but we did go for our light drive the other night. So I am documenting, like I said, a street of houses that were lit up when we went on this drive. Each year, my family and I, we like to drive around and just look at the Christmas lights that everybody puts up. So I was documenting that we drove around town. Oliver decided that every time he spotted a house that was lit up, he would just scream yes as loud as he possibly could. It was really cute, but very loud, especially on streets that were very lit up. And then I documented what our favorite house was, which happened to be somebody decorated their boat, their actual like boat that they own, in their front yard and put a Santa on like a lawn chair. Unfortunately, the picture I tried to take of that house like did not work out very well, and it also felt a little bit too personal because it was just straight up a shot of this person's house, so I didn't feel very comfortable. Whereas like this one is like the street. And then I wrote about what we were listening to. We were listening to a Christmas lo-fi hip-hop playlist on Amazon Music throughout the drive because my husband doesn't really like Christmas music, but I love all the Christmas music. So that's kind of what I documented here. Yeah, I really like the way it came out, nice and simple. Do you go see Christmas lights? Do you drive around and see what type of Christmas lights have been put up around your town? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.